What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. And today we're going to be ranking the worst to best of Immortal. I know it's been a while since my last video. I've been so busy with work and I haven't got a chance to sit down and even make videos. I'm back, baby. It's time to do a worst to best on Norwegian black metal bands. Arguably, probably the best band of ever. I don't care. We're doing Immortal. And before we start, this is just my opinion. You can have your own opinion. If you don't agree for whatever reason, or you may think I misunderstood this, great. I don't even care, okay? This is just my opinion. With that being said, we're gonna jump right into the video, shall we? Northern Chaos Gods in 2018. Now, this was the first album without the legendary Upput on vocals, and this time we actually got Demonaz back on vocals since Blizzard Beasts. I will say, I'm not really huge on Abaf's departure. I mean, I do like Abaf's solo stuff, but to be that honest with you, like, with Demonaz doing vocals, and even with, like, present albums or whatever, I just have a little bit of trouble with Demonaz's singing. I mean, I do like Demonaz's solo work, but I don't know. With Immortal, let me explain. Starting it off with the title track, it starts very, very, very strong. I love the riffs, I love the chorus, and even like the little beat switch up. It's almost like a grindcore track. We all know we have to start off with a grindcore track within black metal, but everything after that, we just go straight to hell. Like, and I'm turning like, just, what is even happening right now? Gaze to Bleachrick. I don't like. Grim and Dark. Where Mounted Rise is somewhat okay. Black of the Words, I just don't remember. Actually, almost every song on Northern Chaos Gods, I just don't remember. But I will say, Mighty Raven Dark is a great relief. Like, yeah, it's 9 minutes, but still. It starts strong. Everything after that, it's just super weak, very boring. Lack of interest, lack of motivation for me to even revisit a lot of these tracks. Honestly, I find this album to be probably one of the most disappointing comeback albums, but that's just my opinion. Best tracks on here, title track, and Mighty Raven Dark. Damed in Black, 2000. Now, this marked a point in their career where it started to divide some fans. Upput on guitar and Demonaz with his carpet tunnel still in effect. Triumph is probably one of the weakest openers I ever heard yet, but I will say Wrath from Above is a great relief. I think the riffs on there are pretty sick. Against the Tide in the Arctic World is completely forgettable. The Darkness That Embraces Me, I kind of like that rhythm section in the middle of the song, even with the lyrics as well. Damed in Black is a great closer. I love the riffs on there. I love the chorus. I love the bridge. The hooks are amazing. Production is decently good, but everything else, I will say, some of the worst songs on here is probably My Dimension. Yeah, honestly, not really my favorite go-to Immortal album, but I will say there are some decent bangers on here, but like I will say not all of it's great. I mean, a lot of people say this is kind of a train wreck, but whatever. Best tracks on here, Wrath from Above, The Darkness That Embraces Me, and title track. All Shall Fall, 2009. If you just search up the word black metal, everyone knows the title track on this album, All Shall Fall. It's like arguably the most viewed black metal song on YouTube. And yeah, that song is a great opener. I love the chorus. I love the hooks. I love the bridge. Even the spoken word section in the middle of the song, I find really great. The Rise of Darkness is somewhat okay, but I really love like the black and thrash moment on Hordes to War. Great feeling, almost like Sons of the Northern Darkness, but it sounds like a B-side. But I will say some of the rest of the material on here is somewhat just boring. The riffs are like somewhat lacking and somewhat in technicality or something. I don't know. Arctic Swarm, Mountain North is meh. Closer on here, Unearthly Kingdom is pretty good, I will admit. Production's great on here. This is the second album on Nuclear Blast. It's okay. It's okay. Not a favorite of mine, which leads me to the best songs on the album. Title track, Horse to War, and on Unearthly Kingdom. War Against All, 2023. This is the most recent album, and when I heard the title track, I was pretty divided. I mean, yeah, it is a great opener. Production's great. Demonaz's vocals are spot on the track, and then we get to Thunders of Darkness, which, yes, really thrashy, kind of like calls back into like the old Immortal stuff, like the 90s stuff, like Pure Holocaust, Battle of the North. And then we get to War God, and we slow things down. I think it's almost like a Tyrant's feel. No Sun, I feel like it should have been a little bit shorter, and I feel like after like the first or second guitar solo, it would have just stopped there. Return to Cold is easily one of the best songs on the album. It's like a mid feel. But honestly, when we get to the last three songs, I just find those songs to be absolutely horrendous. Norlander is pretty much sounds like almost like a B-side from At the Heart of Winter. It's not that good. And then we get to Immortal, which is just pretty much him just saying like I am immortal over and over again, which I find literally annoying as hell. Please Shake My Throne is okay, but the last few seconds of it just pretty much cuts off. Fallen Misery, it just ruined the song. Some of the guest musicians on here are phenomenal. Icedill and even Kevin. Horror can do it way better, but do with allegations or something, or like lawsuit battles or whatever. I just focus on the music. Yeah, sure, you can call me a queer or whatever, but I done my research. I watched documentaries, I read articles, all that shit. Call me what you want, I don't care. If you think I don't understand a thing, great, I don't care. You can go out and do whatever you want besides watching this video. Way better than Northern Chaos Gods to me. Best tracks on here: title track, Thunders of Darkness, War God, and Return Cold. Blizzard Beasts 1997. Now this is the last album to feature Demonaz before returning for the most disappointing black metal album to me, or in terms of coming back, Northern Chaos Gods. Yeah, I mean the length on here is surprising. It's like reminiscent of like Slayer's Rain and Blood. Intro does nothing for me. Title track slays really hard. It's like I'm listening to like a blackened death metal song, almost like Morbid Angel. Nuclear Raven's Winter is, I mean, the lyrics on here, probably one of their best lyrics. The Suns That Sank Below is forgettable. Battlefields, I love the first minute of the song. The riffs are amazing. The blast beats that Horg does, speaking of which, this is the first album with Horg. It's raw, it's aggressive, it can blow shit sideways out of your ass. Mountains of Might, great chorus. The riffs on the first half, even the tempo changes. Winter of Ages is Frost Demon Storm. It's a great closer. I love the riffs, I love the drumming, I love the lyrics. Production's kind of decently okay. It's rough around the edges sometimes, but still, I mean, it's Osmos production, so how can you blame them? I mean, I do revisit some tracks on here from time to time, but like, I will say, it can be good, it can be bad, who cares? Best tracks on here: title track, Battlefields, Mountains of Might, and Frost Demon Storms. Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism 1992. This is their first album. The Call of the Wind and Moon, everyone makes fun of the music video. Easily one of the best songs on here, as well as Unholy Forces of Evil. I think that is literally a key moment of early Norwegian black metal. Septic Witch Storms is somewhat okay. Some of the riffs and the drumming should have done a little bit better. Drummer on here, Armageddon, is very progressive and even technical on some of these tracks on here. Most notably on Black of the Darkness. I love the double bass that he does, but not really a favorite of mine. Cold Winds of Funeral Dust is somewhat of their best deeper cuts. A perfect vision of the rising Northland. I will say, like, that's kind of like almost like a key starter if anyone's just trying to get into black metal. Like, I mean, not really that fast, but Frosty is wintry. Abaf's croaks are just guttery, and I will say, like, this is probably Abaf's most angriest, most grimmest. Demonaz's riffs are probably at the grimmest as well. Yeah, I mean, even saying this might be one of their best black metal debuts come out of Norway. Best tracks on here: Call of the Winter Moon, Unholy Forces of Evil, Cold Winds of Funeral Dust, A Perfect Vision of the Rising Northland. If you made it this far in this video, if you haven't done so already, make sure to leave a like. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Did you like this video? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are your own thoughts? You can create your own lists. Get it on forward to the top 4. Battles of the North, 1995. Some people say this is their magnus opus. Some people say this is probably their okay album. The last few seconds on almost every track on the album, it just cuts off out of nowhere. Then we jump right into the song, Battles of the North. It's great. And speaking of which, Abaf does drums. Yeah, it can be rough around the edges, but still, it kind of works. Grayman Frostbending Kingdoms is another great banger. The riffs on there are just so punishing. Strange. Even on Descent into Imminent Silence, it's just like you don't even know what is happening. Like it's like you're stuck in a blizzard in Antarctica. But I will say Thrown by Black Storms, Moonrise Fields of Sorrow is kind of forgettable. Cursed Realms of the Winter Demons might be their best deeper cuts. At the Stormy Gates of Mist, Through the Halls of Eternity, the other forgettable. Great closer. The Bleachstrike Mighty Raven Dark, or if they like to say, Blacksure Mighty Raven Dark. Drums are like way too harsh in the mix, or not really harsh, but somewhat a little loud. Vocals are kind of rough. I mean, there's some good songs, there's some bad songs. Not really huge on the last few seconds, how it just cuts off. I think it just ruins the complete tone and vibe of the album, but say what you want, I don't care. Best tracks on here, title track, Grim and Frostbending Kingdoms, Descent into Imminent Silence, Cursed Realms of the Winter Demons, and Bleachstrike Mighty Raven Dark. Sons of the Northern Darkness, 2002. This is their first album on Nuclear Blast, and production on here is great. I mean, One by One is punishing. It's a great opener, and then we get to the title track. It's thrashy. Tyrants might be one of their best songs of all time, but then we get to Dominium, which is somewhat okay. I mean, the scream that Abath does in the first few seconds of it kind of just comes off a little bit corny. In My Kingdom Cold is a great deeper cut. I love the drumming. I love the riffs on there. Lyrics are pretty good as well. Antarctica is also another great deeper cut on the album. I love the clean guitars. And then we get to probably one of the best songs on here, maybe better than Tyrants, Beyond the North Waves. I could tell they're influenced by Bathory's Viking era. And yeah, feel free to call me like a loser for saying this is a good album. Some people might coin it worse, overrated. It starts strong. The middle half is super weak. Best tracks on here: One by One, title track, Tyrants, In My Kingdom Cold, Antarctica, and Beyond the North Waves. Pure Holocaust, 1993. Some people coin this as Immortal's Magnus Opus, but we'll get to the Magnus Opus in a sec, okay? On Silent Storms in the North Abyss is easily one of, if not the best black metal openers on any black metal album ever, with the tempo changes, blasting. Abat actually plays drums. And then we get to A Sign from the North to Rise, which is a great deeper cut as well. The Sun No Longer Rises is a great banger. I love the riffs, and I think that's probably one of the Demoness's best riffs on an Immortal song. And then we get to Frozen by Ice Winds, which is also another riff-oriented great song. I don't revisit that track as much. Still, it's raw, it's fast. But I will say, like, on Storming Through the Red Clouds of the Holocaust Winds is somewhat a skippable track. I mean, feels like I'm listening to, like, the same song over and over again. Well, that same tempo, same croaks that Abath does. And then we get to Internal Years on the Path of the Cemetery Gates. Easily the best deeper cut on here. As the Eternity opens, the ending where they added like the strings or choir, or like it kind of ruins the song. But Pure Holocaust, which is the final song of the album, is great. This is the first album in black metal that started it for me. On Silent Storms in the North Abyss is easily the best black metal opener on any black metal album. I guarantee that, alright? If you're getting into metal, or in terms of black metal, if you don't know where to start, this is it. Alright? Best tracks on here: On Silent Storms in the North Abyss, A Sign for the North Horse to Rise, The Sun No Longer Rises, Frozen by Ice Winds, Internal Years on the Path of the Cemetery Gates, and the title track. Number 1. At the Haunted Winter, 1999. I love this album. Withstand the Fall of Time, it is a great opener. It's epic. Production on here is great. I love the riffs, even the tempo changes, even the melodies are great, even the hooks. Solar Falls is probably one of my favorite Immortal songs. I love the drumming on there. I love the clean section, and even how it gets dynamic in the middle of the song. And then we get to Tragedy Blows the Horizons, like the clean section on there. Middle half of the album with the harmonics that Abath does is like so great. Where Dark and Light Don't Differ is a great deeper cut. I don't revisit that track as much, but I might put this on. Title track, which people say is the best song on the album, and yeah, I kind of agree. But I will say Solar Fall is better than the title track. And the closer on here, Years of Silent Sorrow, great closer. I love the riffs. I love Abath's vocals. It's a little hard to see because this version right here is somewhat different. But yeah, At the Haunted Winter is a 10 out of 10. Let me know what your own thoughts of this video in the comments below. We're probably going to be doing Sarcophago next. I never know. I'll see if I have time. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. It feels good to be back.